Hi, estate planning attorney Brian Barboza here, and today I'm going to discuss what are the three main components that you need to consider when creating your living revocable trust. Now, if estate planning is something that you're interested in or something you want to talk more about, please feel free to give me a call or go to my website, barbozalaw.com, and book an appointment to meet with me for free directly through the website. Okay, what are the three major components that you need to consider when creating your living revocable trust? Oftentimes when people come and sit with me for the initial consultation, they understand what a trust is, or at least the basic concept of a trust, but they don't quite realize what they need to consider or the variables and factors that they need to consider when creating this living revocable trust. So let's get right into it. The first major component of what you need to consider when creating your living revocable trust is what property is in your estate. So what property do you own that combined creates your entire estate? The easy ones are you own your home, right? But do you own a second home? Do you own a piece of land? Do you have a timeshare? What kind of financial accounts do you have? Do you have money market accounts, brokerage accounts? Do you have retirement accounts? What type of retirement accounts? Do you have certificates of deposit? And now, do you have crypto accounts, like accounts that are holding crypto? So there are many different types of property out there that all collectively composed together create your estate. It could also be something like a 529 educational savings plans or life insurance policies. Maybe you have antiques, heirlooms, high-end jewelry, artwork. These are all assets of your estate. So number one, we want to figure out what is in your estate. Then the second thing that needs to be considered is who are going to be the beneficiaries of your trust. Who is going to inherit? Now you hear terms heirs and you'll hear terms beneficiaries. To give you a quick explanation of the difference, heirs are the individuals who would actually inherit from you in the event you passed away without a will or a trust, and it's because of their relationship, the familial relationship they have with you. Okay, could be children, parents, siblings, spouses, of course. So those are what we call your heirs. Your beneficiaries are the individuals that you actually designate to benefit from your estate when you pass away. They're the ones who you've designated to inherit your property. Those are beneficiaries. So we need to figure out who your beneficiaries are going to be and what they're going to receive and in what manner they're going to receive them. And beneficiaries don't have to be family members. Maybe you have a really good friend that there's a particular item you own that you would like to give to that friend in the event you pass away. And you can either give to your beneficiaries like percentages of your estate. Maybe you say, my 3 children are each going to share in my estate equally. Each will get 1/3 of my estate. Or you can give specific gifts to individuals and family members, like I want to give $100,000 to my granddaughter when I pass away. So we need to figure out who your beneficiaries are going to be, what they're going to receive, and maybe in what manner they're going to receive the property. For instance, maybe you have a family member you want to leave something to, but they may have an unhealthy relationship with money. They might have a substance abuse issue. Maybe they have a gambling problem, or maybe they're just really young and not mature enough to handle a lot of money at one time. So in that instance, perhaps you give an inheritance to that person over time. Maybe they get, a third, and then 5 years later another third, and then 5 years later another third, or something to that effect. So there is a way to spread out that inheritance to that individual. So number one, again, what does your estate consist of? What property? Number two, who your beneficiary is going to be and how are they going to receive the property? And then number three, which oftentimes people don't think about, is who is going to be your successor trustee when you pass away? And what I mean by that is when you pass away, your trust needs to designate who is going to be the next trustee. We call this a successor trustee. Most of the time, if people have adult children, they tend to look to one of their adult children to be the trustee and name that child as the successor trustee. But there is some thought that needs to go into that. Who is going to be the most responsible person? Who has perhaps maybe some experience with financial matters? Maybe if it's again with children, which child is going to maybe be the strongest as far as being able to deal with not just the loss of a parent, but also having to now deal with the estate emotionally and psychologically. So these are things that need to be considered. And if you don't have a family member that you would want to be your successor trustee, then perhaps you have to talk about someone outside the family or maybe even a professional. So to recap, number one, what does your estate consist of? What property do you own? Number two, who are your beneficiaries and how are they going to receive their inheritance? And then number three, who is going to be the successor trustee of your trust after you pass away? So those are the three major components that need to be considered when creating a trust. Now there's a lot of smaller detailed decisions that need to be made while crafting a trust document, but those are the three main components. All right, so now if estate planning, again, is something that you're interested in, something you want to pursue, please feel free to give me a call or go to my website, barbozalaw.com, book an appointment to meet with me directly through my website for free. As always, I appreciate your time. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I hope it was helpful. I hope you got something out of it, and have a good rest of your day. Thank you. Bye.